Hello guys, welcome to low code test automation tutorial videos, and today we are going to see how we can set up this framework and what is this framework and how this framework is useful. So this is the tutorial link and you can see this is the low code test automation. Here you as a tester you do not need to do anything. You just create your workflow in Excel, then you just run the test script and all the things will do by this framework. So let me show you. So it supports a BDD as this framework is developed by using Java and Cucumber, and as you can see it is support a BDD framework. And as a tester you just write test cases in simple Excel, the API test cases, and then you need to just run this the test script by using this framework. So first we will see there's some slide. So this is the framework which is developed by Alan. And so what is this framework? So as I already discussed, this supports Java and Cucumber, and as a tester you just need to write your workflow, your API in Excel, and you will have to run. And what are the different technology it supports? So it supports a REST API, GraphQL. You can do also a DB testing for RDBMS database, and a Kafka event message testing. So all this technology is supported by this framework. And how this framework work and what is the architect of this low code test automation framework? So first you need to just write your test script on Excel, then automatically this framework generates a JSON file, then it will execute that file and generate the feature file, and then it generates a report file in a good UI. So this is the architect of this framework, and now we will discuss the test execution plan. So as we already discussed that you can see on left side the tester, SME, product owner. They are the guys who just create our test cases on the Excel. Then by this framework it just convert that test step which we have mentioned on the Excel in JSON. Then JSON convert into a feature file, and it creates some configuration file which support this framework, and then it execute that feature files, and then this framework generate a report. And then we at the end, and means as a tester you can see that view Cucumber reports on which report is generated by this framework, right? So what tech stack it supports? So it support Java, rest assured, Cucumber. So this is the technology which is used to create this framework. And testing, you can use this framework for API testing, database testing, and Kafka event testing. And this is the some return of investment. So why we use this framework? So basically this framework support a parallel testing. You can do a parallel testing in different environment. As a tester, if you build a framework from scratch, you need a good time to create the framework. But in this by using this framework you can quickly write your test script on the Excel within 15 minutes, and then you just execute your end-to-end flow. And if you save your time, of course you can save your money and time. And for this framework can use regression testing. You can use this framework in different environment: UAT testing, production testing, QA build testing, and you can also integrate this framework by using any CI build. So it also support a CI build and a knowledge gap. So if you are not much technical for Java, Cucumber, you just write your test script on Excel, and then all these things is done by this framework, right? So this is for some demo. So in later I will show one test scripts, how we can run that test scripts and how we'll create it. Okay, so this is the simple Excel where you can write your test scripts. This is our workflow testing. We will see this in upcoming videos. And this is the feature file. This is the report which is generated by this framework. And then we can see a benefit. So you can see the benefit is it is a cost effective, as we save the time and we do not need much technical resources. So of course it helps to reduce our cost for any project, enhance productivity. So testers have a good time, so they can enhance their productivity because they do not need to write the number of lines of Java lines. So they just write Excel. And scalability, so maintainability and low learning curve. So if you are not much in technical, so you can also use this framework. So these are some benefit of this framework, and these are some feedback which is given by our customer. And you can see that eliminate coding requirement for API testing, ability to run tests in multiple environment parallelly, which we have discussed earlier. And believe me, this is one of the wonderful framework. And this is the code. This is only a code which you have to write, nothing else you have to do. This is a simple 3-4 lines you have to write, and you have to just run that this framework. And this is the YAML file. So this is the configuration file where you have to set the environment, where you have to store your feature file, where you have put your Excel file. All the configuration we can put this YAML file. This is the YAML in syntax. Okay, so this is some a small PPT which I have shown you, and this is the tutorial page where you can see how we can set up this framework. So this is the dependency. You need to add this dependency in your project, as we already discussed the architect, how this framework work. And this is the way how the framework works, how we write the Excel and then it convert to a JSON. And these are some demo projects. If you click on this demo project, so their link come up with GitHub. So you can clone this and you can run your this framework on your system. So I will show this how we will do this. And there are some video tutorials. You can also watch this video tutorials. And this is the how to integrate this framework. So they are show how you can integrate, how you can create a Excel file and how you can run. So all this they are show they write a very good content for the tutorial, and you can just go and watch this. And how you can run ambient clean install, and then automatically this framework will run your test cases. Okay, so now our demo times. So let me open my Eclipse, and this is first I will show you the Excel which I have written for demo purpose. So here I use a get call. So this is my get call, and this is my test name, and this is the resources where we have put our resources. This is the test name, URL, and they are the different way to verify your response, whether the response contains this value or not. And this is the response I built. If you want to use CSV then you can just verify your data by using column. So they mention a date of birth and they put a value of that. This is the first name and they put a bill. So this is one way to verify your response, and this is the second way where you just to verify whether the status is available or not. So this is the test cases, and let me show you one YAML file which is a configuration file. So this YAML file, what I said okay, this is a test environment, and okay, and this REST API URL is EP. So here in test case I mentioned resources EP, and this is the URL for that API, and here I am going to store my JSON directory, and this is my input Excel where I have put my Excel, so you can see, and this is the Excel. Okay, now what I do, I just go right click, run, and Maven install. Okay, so all the dependency which need to run this framework will automatically installed by this, downloaded and installed by the Maven. So we do not need to worry about that. We just all need to worry about that. Let me close this Excel and let me run again. Okay, so because I already opened this Excel, that's why it will not run. It says just close your Excel and then you have to run your test script. So now I have closed that Excel, my test scripts. Now I'm running that my test script through this framework. Okay, so now it is compiling the my code, and now it will run my test scripts. Then we will see about the reports. So how this, now you can see it is running a test. Okay, and there is some message which is called log4j. Now it is just verifying the data which we have to verify, and we have write on the Excel. Okay, and now it will run, and you can see build successful, and it run successfully. So this is the target folder where I have my this report file. So overview feature is a report.xml. Let me open with the system editor and we will discuss this report. So you can see these wonderful reports come here, and this is the REST get workflow. We have run 2 workflow and 2 test cases. So they mention are 2 test cases, and this is the first test cases, and this is the second test cases. So this is the different scenario. If we mention a step, so they put all the steps here, and if the request data, so this is the request data, this is the resources which we mention on YAML file, and this is the content, the status is 200, and this is the this is the data which we have verified on the, which we mention on the Excel. Let me open my Excel and we will discuss this again. Okay, so this is the data which we have mentioned on the Excel, and they are verifying this. So if you see that date of birth, and here is also our date of birth, and this is the date of birth. First name is Bill Gates, last name is Gates. So this is the expected JSON which we mention on here, and this is the actual JSON which is come when we hit this API through this framework. So it validate all the data, and all the data is passed, so it's put a green. And this is the second scenario. So in second scenario we mention that response should have status is available, status code should be 200, and the action is get. Okay, so let's discuss a second scenario. This is the steps. This is the request data where we have mentioned the request data here. Okay, this is the API where we have to get, and this is the actual data. So you can see in actual data we have a status is available, what we have mentioned on here, right? So this is the simple way how we can use this framework, how we can start in this framework, and how we can execute our GET request, and how we can verify all the data and this framework. So guys, thank you for watching this video, and if you want to learn more things about this framework, just go and visit this page, and thank you.